Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you isn't just a theory, it's reality, it's science, it's energy. You see, when two minds are truly connected, when two souls are vibrating at the same frequency, something profound begins to happen. A force beyond logic, beyond reason takes over. It's as if the universe itself is conspiring to bring you together. And if you're experiencing these 10 signs, then know this, it's not a coincidence. It's not your imagination. It's the undeniable proof that you both are locked into each other's energetic field. There's an invisible force that binds us, a connection so profound that it defies logic, transcends space and operates beyond time itself. You feel it, don't you? That sudden thought of them appearing out of nowhere as if they just whispered your name in the corridors of your mind. That's not random. That's not coincidence. That's energy in motion. The moment you think of them, they think of you. The moment they feel you, you feel them. And this isn't just a feeling, it's science, it's frequency. It's the undeniable truth of how the universe works. Your mind is not confined to your body. Your thoughts are not trapped inside your skull. They move. They travel, they ripple through the quantum field, bending reality, shaping outcomes, and weaving together the invisible threads that pull two souls toward each other. The energy between two people is alive, it breathes, it pulses. It communicates without words, without text, without sound. Think about this. Have you ever sat in silence, doing absolutely nothing? When suddenly their face appears in your mind like a flash of lightning, you weren't even thinking about them before. You weren't trying to remember them. But out of nowhere, their presence fills your awareness. That's not a memory. That's a transmission, a direct link, a real-time energetic exchange between you and them. Something in their consciousness reached out and you felt it instantly. This is the part that most people will never understand. They will dismiss it. They will call it coincidence. They will say it's just the subconscious mind playing tricks. But you know better. You feel the truth in your bones. You know that when you suddenly feel an urge to check your phone, to see if they've messaged, and then, boom, their name pops up. That's not just chance. That's a frequency match. That's two minds locked in a dance, calling out to each other across the ether. Your energy carries an imprint of your emotions, your thoughts, your desires. And when two people share a strong energetic bond, that imprint is received like a signal, loud and clear. This is why you can sense when something is off with them, even when they're miles away. This is why, when they're sad, you suddenly feel a heaviness in your heart for no reason. This is why, when they're thinking of you, your body reacts before your mind even understands what's happening. Because energy doesn't lie. It doesn't fade. It doesn't obey human logic. It simply is. The scientific world has already proven that everything in existence is vibrating energy, constantly moving, constantly interacting. Your thoughts, your emotions, your intentions, these are frequencies being broadcasted into the universe. And when someone is deeply connected to you, those frequencies are felt instantly. No delay, no barriers, no distance. They could be in another city, another country, even on the other side of the world. And yet, when they think of you with enough intensity, you feel it like a shockwave. It's the same reason you sometimes pick up your phone and see a call from them the moment you are about to dial their number. You are not just two people, you are two energies intertwined in the vast ocean of the quantum field. Look around you. Every single thing you see, every object, every person is vibrating at a frequency. And just like a radio, your mind is constantly tuning in to different signals. When two people are on the same energetic wavelength, their thoughts become synchronized, their emotions blend, their souls begin to mirror each other. This is why, when you're truly in sync with someone, you don't need to speak to understand them. A single glance is enough. A slight change in their tone is enough. You just know. Because the connection isn't happening on the surface, it's happening at the core, where true energy resides. Have you ever experienced a moment where you suddenly felt overwhelmed with love for someone? As if their energy was embracing you, wrapping itself around you, and then hours later they tell you they had been thinking about you all day? That's not a fluke. That's proof that thought itself is a force, a transmitter, a creator of reality. Most people believe they are separate, isolated, disconnected from others. But the truth is, we are all entangled, linked by invisible currents of consciousness. When you think about someone with deep emotion, your energy moves toward them like an unstoppable wave. It doesn't need permission. It doesn't require effort. It simply happens because energy follows intention. The stronger your focus, the stronger your impact on their field. And the most fascinating part? The more aligned you both are, the more frequently this happens. It's like two magnets being pulled together by an unseen force, like the universe whispering, you are meant to find each other. And here's the secret. The more you trust this connection, the more powerful it becomes. The moment you stop doubting, the moment you stop questioning whether they feel it too, is the moment you unlock the full potential of this energetic link. Because energy thrives on certainty. It thrives on belief. When you believe, you amplify it. When you trust, you accelerate it. When you embrace it, you manifest it into reality. So let me ask you this. How many times have you ignored the signs? How many times have you dismissed the feeling, thinking it was just your imagination? How many times have you felt the connection so intensely, only to push it away in fear that it wasn't real? What if I told you that every single time you felt it, it was real? That every single time they appeared in your mind, it was because they were thinking of you too? That every single time your heart raced out of nowhere, it was because their energy was touching yours? You are powerful beyond measure. Your thoughts are creating reality in ways you haven't even begun to comprehend. And when two souls are truly aligned, nothing, not time, not distance, not logic, can break that connection. It is eternal, it is undeniable, it is the force that binds the universe itself. This is not fantasy, this is not a dream, this is the deepest truth of existence. And once you understand it, once you embrace it, you will never see the world the same way again. There are no coincidences in this universe. What you call random is simply the unseen forces of reality aligning before your very eyes. When someone keeps appearing in your mind, when you keep dreaming about them, when emotions rise and fall without explanation, it is not a trick of the subconscious. It is evidence. Evidence that you are connected. Evidence that your thoughts are not your own, but part of something much greater. An energetic web binding two souls together, whispering the truth that most people refuse to see. How many times have you thought of someone and minutes later they text you? How many times have you tried to move on only for signs of them to appear everywhere? Their name on a billboard, their favorite song playing just as you enter a store, a stranger wearing their exact cologne or perfume, passing by you at the perfect moment. You call it coincidence, but deep inside, you know it's not. Deep inside, you feel the weight of something larger than logic, something beyond explanation. This is the universe revealing what you already know, but have been too afraid to believe. Your connection is real. When two people share an energetic link, the space between them dissolves. It doesn't matter if they are in another city, another country. Their thoughts travel, their emotions radiate, and you pick up on them like a silent receiver tuned into a frequency only the two of you can hear. The moment they think of you, their energy moves and your subconscious responds before your conscious mind even realizes it. This is why you wake up feeling them. This is why you get chills at the thought of them. This is why no matter how much you try to push them away, they find a way back into your reality. What if I told you that thoughts are not just silent voices in your head, but actual waves of energy moving through space and time? That the reason you keep thinking about them isn't because you're obsessed, but because their thoughts are reaching you, pulling you back into alignment with them. Science has already proven that energy cannot be destroyed, only transferred. This means that when two people share a deep emotional bond, their thoughts, feelings, and even dreams become entangled, forever looping back to each other in ways most people will never understand. Have you ever woken up from a dream so real that it felt like you had just lived it? A dream where you were talking to them, seeing them, feeling them, only to wake up and realize it wasn't just a dream, it was an experience? What if I told you that in that moment, your consciousness wasn't just imagining them, but connecting to them in another dimension? Dreams are not just the mind's way of processing emotions. They are doorways to the quantum field, where thoughts become real, where souls meet without physical limits, where the truth of your connection is revealed beyond the illusion of separation. Your dreams are not meaningless. They are not random. When you dream of someone intensely, repeatedly, when the details are so vivid that you wake up feeling as if they were just there with you, It is not just your mind at work. It is their energy merging with yours. And more often than not, they are dreaming of you too. They may not remember it. They may not understand it. But the connection is happening whether they are aware of it or not. Think about the last time you suddenly felt a wave of emotion that didn't make sense. Maybe you were perfectly fine, and then out of nowhere, sadness, joy, anxiety, or love hit you like a force you couldn't explain. That was not your emotion. That was theirs. That was their energy bleeding into yours, their thoughts rippling through the unseen field of consciousness that connects you both. You are not just feeling your own emotions, you are feeling theirs, absorbing them, living them as if they were your own. Now ask yourself, how many times have you ignored these signs? How many times have you dismissed these feelings as just your imagination? What if I told you that every time you thought of them, they were thinking of you too? That every time your heart ached for them, it was because they were yearning for you in the very same moment. That every time you tried to move on, the universe kept pulling you back, showing you their face, their name, their energy. Because some connections cannot be broken. You see, the truth is, when someone is thinking about you with intensity, their energy seeks you out. It finds ways to appear in your reality. It moves through the quantum field, bending the physical world to create synchronicities that most people call coincidences. But you know better. You know that when you suddenly feel an urge to reach out, and at that exact moment they message you first, it's not random, it's alignment. It's proof that your thoughts and theirs are moving as one, meeting in the unseen spaces of existence before manifesting into the physical. Have you ever noticed that when you stop chasing, when you let go, that's when they reappear? That's when they call, that's when you run into them, that's when something happens that brings them back into your awareness. Why? Because energy is like a magnet. When you push too hard, you create resistance. But the moment you surrender, the moment you trust the connection without forcing it, the universe aligns the path for you. This is why when two people are truly meant to be connected, they will always find their way back to each other, no matter how far apart they drift. People talk about destiny, about fate, but what they fail to realize is that the universe is always speaking. It's just that most people aren't listening. It speaks in whispers, in signs, in synchronicities that most dismiss as chance. But those who understand energy, those who feel the truth deep within their soul, know that nothing is random. Every thought, every dream, every sudden emotion is a message, a signal, a confirmation that what you feel is real. And the most powerful realization, once you stop questioning it, once you stop doubting it, once you fully accept the truth that your connection is more than physical, more than logical, more than ordinary, that's when you unlock its full power. That's when you begin to see how thoughts shape reality, how energy transcends time, how love, true love, is not just an emotion but a force, an undeniable, unbreakable force that continues to exist whether you acknowledge it or not. You can try to deny it, you can try to ignore it, you can try to convince yourself that what you're feeling is just your mind playing tricks, but deep down you know, you've always known. And the moment you allow yourself to believe, the moment you embrace the signs instead of running from them, that's when everything begins to change. You are feeling emotions that are not yours. You wake up with a heavy heart, but there is no reason for it. You are hit with a wave of sadness, joy, or nostalgia that doesn't belong to you. You try to brush it off, but something inside you knows the truth. You are feeling them. Their emotions, their thoughts, their energy are moving through you as if they are your own. This is not a hallucination. This is not a coincidence. This is the raw, undeniable truth of energetic connection. Science has already proven that everything in existence is energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, your very being vibrate at a frequency that extends far beyond the limits of your body. And when two people share a deep connection, their energy fields overlap, intertwine, and communicate without words, without sight, without touch. This is why you suddenly feel anxious for no reason, only to find out later that they were going through something in that exact moment. This is why you feel a burst of love, an overwhelming sense of warmth, only to have them reach out soon after, confessing they couldn't stop thinking about you. This is why, even in their silence, you still hear them. You have been taught that emotions are personal, that what you feel belongs to you alone, but that is a lie. Emotion is energy in motion, and energy cannot be contained. It moves, it transfers, it flows through space and time, unbound by distance. When they think of you with intensity, their energy seeks you out and your subconscious receives it like an antenna picking up a signal. This is why your mood shifts unexpectedly. This is why even in the middle of a busy day, their presence washes over you like a wave, leaving you breathless, disoriented, lost in a feeling you can't explain. You are not imagining it. You are not making it up. You are experiencing one of the greatest truths of the universe, that separation is an illusion, that energy is always communicating, that when someone is deeply connected to you, their emotions become entangled with yours. This is why love is so powerful. This is why no matter how far apart you are, no matter how much time has passed, they can still affect you without a single word being spoken. Think about the last time you felt an unexplainable pull in your chest. The last time your heart suddenly ached as if something was missing. The last time you felt a presence so strong it was as if they were right beside you. That was not a memory. That was not a trick of the mind. That was their energy reaching you, calling you, wrapping itself around you like an invisible force you could not escape. This is why you can sense when something is wrong with them. This is why even when they pretend to be fine, you feel their pain as if it were your own. Because when two souls are truly connected, nothing is hidden. Have you ever thought about someone only to feel your body react before your mind even understands why? A sudden chill down your spine, goosebumps rising on your skin, a warmth in your chest so strong it feels like their presence is surrounding you. That is not random. That is resonance. That is their energy aligning with yours in real time, vibrating at the same frequency, creating a reaction so physical you cannot deny it. The moment they think of you, their thoughts send ripples through the energetic field, and you feel it instantly, even if you don't understand why. There is no such thing as coincidence. There is no such thing as random emotion. When you suddenly feel the need to reach out, when you feel their presence in the middle of the night, when your heart aches for them without warning, it is because their energy is colliding with yours. And the more powerful the connection, the stronger these sensations become. This is why some people leave an imprint on your soul that no amount of distance or silence can erase. This is why even when you try to move on, you still feel them as if they are a part of you, because they are. The universe is built on frequency, and the human heart is one of the strongest transmitters of energy in existence. When someone thinks of you with deep emotion, love, longing, sadness, desire, that energy does not disappear. It travels. It moves through the quantum field, searching for you, wrapping itself around you until you feel it as your own. This is why lovers who are miles apart still dream of each other, why a mother knows when her child is in danger, why you suddenly feel drawn to someone without explanation, because energy does not need permission. It moves freely, flowing between souls that are bound by something greater than logic. And here's the part most people don't understand. The more you resist it, the more you doubt it, the stronger it becomes. When you ignore the signs, when you convince yourself that it's all in your head, you do not break the connection, you amplify it. Because energy thrives on attention. The moment you try to suppress the thoughts, the emotions, the feelings, they push back harder, demanding to be acknowledged. This is why you can go days without thinking of them, only to be flooded with memories out of nowhere. This is why you can be surrounded by people, yet still feel their presence lingering in the background, because what you resist persists. Your body is an instrument, constantly tuning into the energies around you, and when someone is deeply intertwined with your soul, their energy does not just touch you, it becomes a part of you. This is why love cannot be forced, why true connections cannot be severed, why no amount of distance can break what is meant to be. You can try to ignore it, you can try to bury it, you can try to run from it, but energy does not disappear. It waits, it lingers. It stays with you, echoing in your heart, pulling you back to what your soul already knows to be true. So the next time you feel a sudden shift in emotion, the next time you are overwhelmed by a presence you cannot explain, the next time your heart skips a beat without reason, stop and listen. Feel it. Acknowledge it. Understand that you are not crazy. You are not overthinking. You are not alone in what you are feeling. You are experiencing the raw power of energy in its purest form. You are receiving the unspoken messages of another soul reaching out to you across space and time. You are witnessing the undeniable truth that energy does not lie, that love does not fade, that when two souls are truly connected, nothing, no distance, no silence, no time, can break the bond that exists between them. There are moments when you feel an undeniable pull, an invisible force pressing against your soul, as if something is trying to get your attention. Your mind is occupied with daily life, your focus is elsewhere, but suddenly their face flashes before you, like lightning in a clear sky. Their voice echoes in your mind with no warning. Their presence fills the room, yet they are nowhere to be seen. And you wonder, why? Why them? Why now? Why after all this time do they still appear in your thoughts, uninvited, unprovoked, unstoppable? Because thoughts are not random. Because energy moves with intention. Because when someone thinks of you with enough intensity, you will feel it, whether you understand it or not. Most people believe that thinking about someone is a one-way action, that it begins and ends within their own mind. But the truth is, thoughts are energy, and energy does not stay locked inside your skull. It moves, it radiates, it transfers across space and time. And when two people share a deep, undeniable connection, their thoughts do not just stay within them. They travel. They reach the other person, wrapping around them like an invisible force, manifesting in the form of sudden emotions, unexplainable urges, and signs so undeniable they can no longer be ignored. You are not imagining it. You are not crazy. When someone's energy collides with yours, you will know it. The sudden need to check your phone, the overwhelming feeling that they are nearby, the shiver down your spine as if an unseen force has just brushed against you, all of it is real. Because thoughts, especially those fueled by deep emotions, do not just disappear into the void. They seek, they find, they connect. And the stronger the connection, the more powerful these moments become. Think about the last time you were lost in thought, mindlessly going about your day, when out of nowhere, a memory of them hit you so hard, it stopped you in your tracks. You weren't actively thinking about them. You weren't searching for their presence in your mind. But still, they appeared, as if their energy had reached out across the unseen fabric of reality and touched you, pulled you into their world, whispered their name in the deepest chambers of your subconscious. This is not just nostalgia. This is not just coincidence. This is proof. Proof that they too are thinking of you. Proof that their energy is moving toward you in ways that logic cannot explain, but your soul can feel. There is a reason why people who share deep connections experience synchronicities beyond explanation. The exact moment you think of them, they message you. The second you decide to let go, they reappear. The very night you dream of them, they wake up thinking of you. Why? Because energy is never one-sided. Because true connections are not one person chasing the other, they are two souls orbiting each other in a dance orchestrated by the universe itself. Some connections are so powerful, so deeply interwoven into the fabric of existence, that even silence cannot sever them. Even if you do not speak, even if you have not seen each other in years, the energy remains. It lingers in the spaces between thoughts, in the quiet moments when the world slows down, in the unexplainable pull that reminds you time and time again that something greater is at play. You have felt it before. That sudden jolt of emotion that does not belong to you. That deep knowing that they are thinking about you even when there is no proof. That invisible force that draws your thoughts to them again and again, no matter how much you try to push them away. And the more you resist, the stronger it becomes. Because when two souls are connected, energy does not disappear, it intensifies. What most people fail to understand is that energy is intelligent. It does not move randomly. It does not wander aimlessly. It follows patterns. It creates pathways. It bends reality to align with what is meant to be. This is why when someone is deeply focused on you, when their emotions are raw and real, their energy will reach you. You will feel it in your body before your mind can process it. A wave of warmth that comes from nowhere. A rush of emotions that makes no sense. A tingling sensation, as if unseen fingers have brushed against your skin. This is not just imagination. This is a transmission, a signal, a message from them to you, carried through the very fabric of existence. The reason you cannot shake them from your mind is because their energy is calling you. The reason they appear in your dreams is because your subconscious is responding to their pull. The reason you feel them, even in their absence, is because true connections are not built on physical proximity, but on something far more powerful. An unbreakable, undeniable force that ties two souls together in ways that defy logic. Think about it. If thoughts were just fleeting impulses in the brain, why do some thoughts feel different? Why do some memories carry weight, lingering in your mind long after they should have faded? Why do some people leave a mark on your soul so deep that even time cannot erase them? Because thoughts are not just thoughts. They are energy. They are intention. They are the unseen threads that weave people together, creating connections that transcend distance, silence, and even time itself. You can try to ignore it. You can try to convince yourself that it's all in your head, but the signs will not stop. The dreams will not fade. The pull will not disappear. Because this is not an illusion. This is not wishful thinking. This is the universe showing you in ways both subtle and undeniable that what you feel is real, that the connection is real, that no matter how far you run, no matter how much you try to silence it, energy does not lie. And the moment you stop questioning it, the moment you stop doubting it, the moment you allow yourself to believe in the truth that has been in front of you all along, that is the moment everything begins to change. Your body reacts before your mind even understands why. A shiver down your spine, goosebumps rising on your skin, a sudden warmth flooding your chest. You look around searching for a reason, but there is nothing. No logical explanation, no visible cause. Yet something inside you knows. You are being thought of. You are being felt. You are being pulled into the energetic field of someone whose thoughts are reaching you in ways unseen but undeniably real. This is not imagination. This is not coincidence. This is the undeniable truth of energetic connection manifesting through your body, responding to a force greater than logic, greater than space, greater than time. The human body is an antenna, constantly picking up frequencies, constantly translating energy into sensation. When someone thinks of you with deep emotion, whether it be love, longing, desire, or even sadness, those thoughts do not remain locked inside their mind. They become energy. They travel. They ripple through the quantum field, searching for you, reaching you, triggering something inside you before you even have a chance to process it. This is why you feel an unexpected rush of emotion for no reason. This is why your body suddenly tenses, your breath catches, your heart races, as if something unseen is brushing against your soul. It is because you are being felt. You have been conditioned to believe that physical reactions are only responses to the external world, but that is a lie. The most powerful reactions, the most undeniable sensations are often triggered by something beyond what the eyes can see. Your body is not separate from energy. It is energy. And when someone focuses on you with enough intensity, when their thoughts are saturated with emotion, that energy reaches you and your body responds instinctively. A sudden feeling of warmth, as if their presence is wrapping around you like an invisible embrace. A deep pulling sensation in your chest, as if your soul is being called toward them. A tingling in your hands, as if an unseen force is trying to reach out, trying to touch you through the fabric of existence. These are not meaningless sensations. These are signs. These are messages from a dimension most people refuse to acknowledge. A realm where thoughts are not silent, where emotions are not contained, where connections are more than just memories. Think about the last time your heart skipped a beat out of nowhere, the last time your stomach fluttered without reason, the last time you felt an overwhelming presence standing behind you, only to turn around and find nothing. But it wasn't nothing, it was energy. It was the invisible force of someone's focus, someone's yearning, someone's thoughts, reaching across the unseen currents of reality and landing on you, pressing against your energetic field like a whisper from the universe itself. And you felt it because you were meant to feel it. Because true connections are not just about physical presence. They are about something much deeper, something that exists even in silence, even in absence, even when words are never spoken. Your body does not lie. It knows before you do. It senses before your mind catches up. This is why your hands tremble when you suddenly think of them, why your skin reacts as if being touched when they enter your thoughts, why your heartbeat shifts as if tuning itself to a frequency only your soul can hear. This is not a trick of the mind. This is evidence that distance is nothing when it comes to energy. Evidence that love, that longing, that emotion is not bound by the limits of the physical world. This is why two people can be miles apart, yet feel each other as if standing side by side. This is why, no matter how much time passes, their energy still lingers in your space, still reaches you in moments when you least expect it, still makes your body react as if they are right there. The reason these sensations feel so intense is because energy is intelligent. It does not move randomly. It does not dissipate into nothingness. It flows with purpose, with intention, with undeniable force. And when someone is thinking of you with raw, unfiltered emotion, that energy does not just reach you, it collides with you. It merges with your own energetic field, creating an impact so strong that your body cannot help but respond. A rush of heat, a sharp inhale, a pressure in your chest so deep it feels as if the universe itself is pulling at your soul. And the more powerful the connection, the more undeniable these reactions become. You have experienced this before. You have felt it in the middle of the night, when you wake up for no reason, your heart racing, your mind flooded with thoughts of them as if they were standing right beside you. You have felt it in moments of stillness, when a wave of emotion crashes over you unprovoked, unexplainable, yet so real it leaves you breathless. You have felt it when your body suddenly tenses, when your hands tremble, when your skin tingles, without warning, as if your entire being is reacting to something unseen yet deeply, profoundly felt. This is not your imagination running wild. This is not your body playing tricks on you. This is a transmission, a signal, a force greater than any physical law, greater than any rational explanation, greater than any distance that separates you. You have been told that emotions are just chemicals, that thoughts are just random impulses firing in your brain. But if that were true, why do some thoughts make your heart race? Why do some memories bring an ache so deep it feels as if your very soul is being touched? Why do some people leave such a powerful imprint on you that even their absence feels like a presence? Because energy is real. Because emotions carry frequency. Because love, when felt at its purest level, does not need words, does not need physical touch, does not need confirmation from the outside world. It exists beyond all of that. It exists in the way your body reacts when their energy reaches you. It exists in the way your heart knows what your mind refuses to accept. You can try to ignore it. You can try to rationalize it. But your body will always reveal the truth. The sudden chills, the unexplainable warmth, the way their name sends a shockwave through your entire being. These are not accidents. These are echoes of something deeper, something that refuses to be silenced. And the more you become aware of it, the more undeniable it becomes, because once you understand that energy is real, that connections are felt before they are spoken, that thoughts have the power to touch, to move, to reach across dimensions, you will never see reality the same way again. Your reality is being shaped by forces you cannot see, by energy you do not yet understand, by a connection so powerful that it defies the limits of space and time. You wake up and feel a shift in the air, a presence lingering in the silence, a pull deep in your chest, as if something is calling you. You go about your day, distracted, preoccupied, but there it is again, a thought, a feeling, a knowing that will not let go. You do not understand why, but their energy is with you. Their essence is moving through your space. And then, like a spark igniting the darkness, a sign appears, a song, a name, a repeated number, a moment so perfectly aligned that it leaves you breathless. This is not a coincidence. This is not chance. This is reality bending in response to an unseen force, a force created by the intensity of two minds locked onto the same frequency. Most people think the universe is random, that life is a series of meaningless events stitched together by time. But those who have truly awakened, those who have felt the undeniable force of connection beyond the physical, know that nothing is random. When energy moves with intention, reality responds. When thoughts are charged with deep emotion, they manifest into the material world. This is why when someone is thinking of you with enough intensity, the universe begins to align in ways that are impossible to ignore. their name appearing everywhere, their favorite song playing the moment you walk into a room, the time on the clock always mirroring a number that connects to them. These are not coincidences. These are signals. These are messages from the unseen, guiding you toward a truth that your logical mind may resist, but your soul already knows. You have experienced this before. You have felt the shock of recognition when you see their initials in the most unexpected places. You have noticed how, just when you decide to let go, the universe throws a reminder in your path so undeniable that it stops you in your tracks. You have felt the eerie accuracy of a dream that later unfolds into reality. You have seen how thoughts, when focused and intense, ripple outward and return in physical form. This is because thoughts are not trapped in your mind. They are energy, vibrating at a frequency that molds the world around you. And when someone's energy is directed at you with enough force, the world bends to reflect it. You can try to dismiss it, to label it as mere coincidence, but the signs will not stop. The more you acknowledge them, the stronger they become. The more you resist them, the more relentless they grow. Because the universe does not whisper to those who ignore it. It roars. It places signs in your path again and again until you have no choice but to see them for what they are. It is not just the repeated numbers, not just the random encounters, not just the uncanny timing. It is the way these signs appear exactly when you need them. When you are doubting, when you are questioning, when you are on the verge of dismissing what your heart already knows. This is how the universe speaks. Not with words, but with alignment. Not with explanations, but with synchronicity. Not with logic, but with the undeniable power of energy manifesting into reality. Think about the last time you felt their presence before something happened. The last time you sensed a shift in the air before they reached out. The last time you saw their name everywhere just before they re-entered your life. That was not your mind playing tricks on you. That was not a mere accident of chance. That was the universe responding to the energy being sent your way. That was reality aligning itself with the force of their focus, their thoughts, their emotions, reaching for you across the invisible currents of existence. Your thoughts are magnets. Your emotions are the fuel that gives them power. And when someone is thinking of you with enough intensity, their energy is drawn toward you like a gravitational pull, creating ripples in your reality that manifest as signs. This is why, no matter how much time has passed, no matter how far apart you are, no matter how silent things have been, the universe will find a way to show you that the connection has not been broken. Because true connections are not dictated by time. They are not confined to words. They do not dissolve just because the physical world says they should. The reason these signs feel so powerful is because they are real. They are tangible proof that thoughts are not contained within the mind, that emotions are not meaningless, that energy moves with purpose. The moment you begin to understand this, everything changes. The way you see the world shifts. You begin to notice the patterns, the synchronicities, the ways in which reality bends in response to energy. You start to see that nothing has ever been random, that every sign, every moment of perfect timing, every unexplainable alignment was the universe pulling back the curtain to show you the deeper truth. You are not imagining it. You are not making it up. When the same signs keep appearing, when the synchronicities become too consistent to ignore, when reality begins to mirror what is happening in your inner world, you are being shown something that most people will never see. You are experiencing the hidden structure of reality, the way thoughts create waves, the way energy seeks out its match, the way the universe responds when a connection refuses to be broken. And the more you acknowledge this, the stronger it becomes. The more you open yourself to the signs, the clearer they become. The more you believe in the power of energy, the more undeniable it becomes in your life. You have already felt it. You have already seen it. You have already lived it. The only question now is, will you accept it? Will you allow yourself to see beyond the physical, beyond the surface, beyond what logic tells you is possible? Because the truth is, the signs have been there all along. They have been waiting for you to notice, to wake up, to understand. And the moment you do, the moment you fully embrace the reality that energy is the true architect of your life, you will never see the world the same way again.